It's like that.
You only have one though.
I know.
I have four. I have not four. I have three. That's what I'm saying. That's what she was saying. She has four. So she was saying for anyone that has 3, 4, and beyond, it's like once you eliminate this, oh, there's someone has this, and then you eliminate it, and then someone has this. So it's like I need a break, and then you wonder why when you come at me, I'm short. I'm like, what? What do you want? Hi, everyone.
Hi. Welcome to another day with Maria&Shaun.
Well, it's the first day of kids not being at school.
Oh my gosh, graduation. Did we survive or are we still surviving?
Well, I didn't have graduation this year. You did, so.
I did. And I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Because your son went to the same school my daughter went to.
Yeah.
Did they do a retreat before their graduation?
That one-day retreat and at a church?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And did you write a letter to your son?
And I had, and if other family members wanted to as well, they could.
Oh, okay. They just had like the parents write a letter. Did he cry when he read your letter?
I don't know.
Okay, because I asked my daughter, she cried. She was like, no, I didn't cry, but it meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
And I asked other kids, I'm like, did you cry? And they're like, yes.
Yeah, no, I don't know if my son did. I mean, when I think I did ask him, and he's just so nonchalant about it. He's a boy.
I mean, I poured my heart out in this letter, like wanting to get a tear from her. And she was just like...
Yeah, no, I wrote, my girls cried. They told me they did.
Okay.
So that I know. But boys, I don't know. I mean, it is a heartfelt thing.
I know. So we're talking about just in preparation for graduation at my daughter's school where she graduated from in 8th grade. It's kind of an event. They do a retreat, then they have the graduation, and then
you have the breakfast. You have the breakfast.
Yes, in the morning.
It's stressful. I mean, that whole week.
Because of you, we have Sunsplash.
Well, Shaun said that because I used to be the PTO president for that school, and I started this trip, a day trip for the students before they graduate. It's like a bonding thing, right? It's like the last time they're going to be together.
Bonding with who?
Like the whole class.
They're like bonding with you. All I
bonding with.
I was there. They closed the whole park down, and I think it's amazing. Like, I didn't realize the entire Sunsplash area was closed down, so they can do miniature golf. They can go on this water slides. They can do the racetrack, and I did that with my daughter. Yeah, and I'm pretty impressed. She's a pretty good driver.
So is that her first time?
Yes. Like, well, I mean, at Disneyland, we went on one of those rides, and she's like, I can't do this. And it was like attached to a rail, and she kept bumping to the sides. Yeah. And at Sunsplash, like, no, you're in charge. Like, you. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I mean, they have lifeguards for obviously, it's a water park. So, like I said, this was something that I put together when my kids were still in school and I was PTO president, and I guess they're still doing it, right?
Yes, and I'm gonna pass it down to the next parent. But so graduation for me is a whole ordeal. It's like a week long.
Well, I think it is for every parent that's going to have graduation. Like I told you, like last year, I said that whole month of May is just event after event. You know, like. For high school, they have a brunch, they have this, it's like all different stages leading up to the graduation, right?
Yes, yes.
Oh. So
I'm still in survival mode. There's one more party we need to attend.
Well, now it's the parties when people have the parties, because after you go through the whole ceremonial part of the school and all the events at the school, then now it's like the personal stuff, like people you're attending everybody's parties.
Last year I went to your party.
Yeah, I had a luau last year.
It was amazing.
Well, I had 2 people graduating, so I wanted to make it big.
And it was big.
Yeah,
it was definitely big. She had like fire dancers.
Well, so my husband's family, came from out of town, and my mother-in-law, she's definitely up there in age. So it's nice to, while she's still able to fly, she can come down and see her granddaughter and grandson graduate. So I'm hoping, next year when my other one graduate from high school, then we're hoping for another party.
Okay, so you've had 2 survivors. Your son made
survivors.
Yeah, your son made it through his freshman year, first time in high school.
Oh yeah,
and your daughter made it through her first
freshman
year
year in
in college.
college.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, like two
like survivors.
Yes, they made it through. How was that experience, or how's
It
it?
was no, it was great. I mean, my son, I'm sure he had the jitters that first week because not knowing anybody. It's a whole new school
It
after being at
is
a grammar school for what, 8 years, and now
with
you're going
only like maybe 20 kids in your class.
right, one kid per grade in grammar school, and then you go to high school, and then you know, you have
Granted,
all
it's
these
still a
different
small
people
school.
from different schools that you're meeting, and and you're not going to have the same people in every class. So it's a college prep. So they're also trying to prepare you how it is to be in college. So you're more independent. They're not on you anymore to tell you what to do. You're pretty much on your
Oh
own.
no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Even like preparing my daughter, she's going to the same school that Maria's son goes to.
Yeah.
They set you up where we have to go pick up her laptop.
Yeah. All that.
And then they're like, emails are going directly to your child. We're not sending you parent like information for certain like responsibilities. They're going to your child. I'm like, girl, now you're on your own.
You have access to Canvas. Canvas is where their email. It's in school where their grades are, where the teachers communicate with the students, and vice versa. It's so you have access to that, so you can see everything what the teachers are writing or sending them any messages. You can go
so
to
I
that.
can still be that mom.
Well, don't be that mom. Give her independence, my let her be.
So my intentions were that I seriously wanted to volunteer.
No.
And my daughter's like, Mom,
No.
please, no. Like,
see, I told you she's pretty much like saying,
cut the wings, let me fly.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my God.
I mean, at high school, yeah.
And
especially
I'm gonna
it's okay.
cut the wings, and I'm gonna let her fly, but you need to be there for me while I let her fly.
It's like you need to just let her be and learn, because that's what they're teaching you at this college prep. Because I have to say, you asked me about how was my daughter's freshman year, and I have spoken about this in the beginning of our podcast when we started. That first week it was hard because she's not used to not being in her bed. She loves being at home, and she was crying, and she was constantly calling us. But then that faded over time as she got to know her friends, her environment, and everything else. And to now that she's going to get her own apartment with 2 roommates in the fall. So
I want to talk about your feelings. How did you feel through the whole process?
How did I feel as far as which graduation?
Like when she was calling you and like crying.
I think I don't want to repeat it because we talked about this in the podcast before.
I know, but I'm like,
okay. So I mean, it was I missed her, but at the same time I had to be strong for her because she was leaning on us for that support, just more like a cheerleader and say, you can do it, you'll be fine. So and for me, I said, this is good for her, she needs to do this. And in time I saw the change, she was able to do it. But it's because of the college prep, and she even said it, that really, really prepared her for that moment when going into the dorm and doing the class and being organized with her schedule and everything. Because I think they used the same system as what her college prep is. The Canvas.
Yeah.
She's so familiar with it. Her friends didn't know how to navigate, and she knew how to do that because that's what they had in her school. So I was not worried about her. I just know that she had to put on her big girl pants, and which is the term she used towards the end of the school year when she is having a problem and she's like, I can't come to you for everything, I need to put on my big girl pants. I'm like, oh, okay.
You do that.
You do that. Well, I'll be here to catch you if you fall. You know what I mean? Yay. But it's definitely, to be honest with you, I was happy when she went, because it's like, okay, good. Now I'm dealing with 2 now. I have 3 kids. So now I'm dealing with 2. because the middle one is just the one that just really, 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 really has been stressing me out and giving me gray hairs and wrinkles.
Marsha.
No, it's not even that. It's not that she's. It's her. It's just because she's the middle child and different personality, different ways of dealing with things, and she's.
Is this her senior year?
She's going to be a senior. So she's just, she's the one that, that we really. She didn't know how middle child are. They didn't know how to be. I was the oldest, so I kind of. It's different when you're the oldest. Yeah, you're just put on this role to be responsible all the time, right? But with her, she didn't know whether to be the baby or wanted to follow up what her sister is doing or do. So I think that this year it was more of a finding yourself year, finding her identity, which is good. Which I was glad that her sister moved out because
so
then now wasn't
following in her sister's footsteps.
No, well, that she's able to find herself and her own identity and doing her own thing, and that was what I noticed this year was a big change in her. That she, even though she made a lot of mistakes along the way and made my veins almost pop, but
and give you some gray hairs that you didn't want.
No, you do all these things to try to avoid getting old, like anti-aging stuff. It's like,
and then all the stress, is like your child, but you're going, oh my gosh,
the stress they give me every day. I saw this. I don't know if it's a TikTok or on Facebook or Instagram Reels. There's this lady that was in the car and she was drinking. And
drinking water or
no, I think it's alcohol. Oh. And then she was parked somewhere and then the son's in the background. Mom, why are you drinking? And then she went in this whole spiel about why I have 4 of yous. And she named all this, and I'm like, oh my God, that's my life. You never have a time for you because once you eliminate this problem, there's another problem. And then when you eliminate this problem, I'm like, when is it going to end?
I feel like once you get over one hurdle, it's like that.
You only have one though.
I know.
I have 4. I have not 4. I have 3. That's what I'm saying. That's what she was saying. She has 4. So she was saying for anyone that has 3, 4 and beyond, it's like once you eliminate this, there's someone has this, and then you eliminate it, and then someone has this. So it's like I need a break, and then you wonder why when you come at me, I'm short. I'm like, what? What do you want? Because they were like that with me like a week.
She did that to me one time, and I'm like, I just need someone to talk. She's like, oh, okay, sorry.
No, my daughter Kate, my oldest, was asking Mom. I'm like, what? She's like, whoa. I said, sorry. I'm like,
you're like, now what?
It's like I'm just having my coffee. Can I have a moment before you throw something at me?
Don't talk to Mom until X amount of time.
Well, because when you're a mom, the first thing is like, okay, what do I need to do to fix this? It's like you're a fixer. You want to fix it. You want to, so it's like.
And then when you can't fix it, then your wheels are just spinning.
Like, my head hurts trying to figure out how to solve it
without knowing. Like it's like a math problem. There's no.
I
can't get the right answer.
Yeah. So no. So we were talking about graduation. So you survived graduation, thank goodness. Now today,
I did, and I did it with. I thought honestly, like just knowing me, I was gonna be bawling my eyes out.
I thought of that. So you weren't.
No.
But you were bawling leading to that, though. So I think you pretty much cried your eyes out leading up to the moment.
Yeah, because I wanted to like be that mom where I'm not going to be like.
I think that's what happened to me. I didn't bawl out on the day of graduation. I had different moments where I'll remember something they're doing something and an activity, leading up for graduation, and it'll make me cry, tear up, and then different moments. It's like if you remember them when they're this high, like different things.
Part of the thing of graduation at my daughter's school is we put together a
show. That's like every graduation I put a mom did it for you guys, right?
Yes, I was in charge of finding a mom to do it. Yes, and I found the mom to do it.
Okay,
great mom.
Yep.
awesome. Like
Yeah,
she knew someone
that did it professionally, right?
Yes.
Okay, which makes it better. So
It was.
so then
That
it's
was,
also picking the right songs in the background. When that makes a difference too. So what happened?
So I got to see the slideshow before. So
were you crying before that? See, that
so
helped
I got
you.
it all out before I was in front of like all the parents and everyone because I already saw it. But what made me really teary-eyed, and my daughter didn't even give a speech. It was like they had like a student that had been there since pre-K.
That's
and then
every
they had
year,
a student that was like new to the
those
school.
two students,
Oh my gosh, that made me cry.
Because of the stuff, what they talk about everything.
They cried, like, and it was so heartfelt. I'm like,
who did they pick that was there the longest?
I don't want to say names.
Oh, okay, sorry.
But it was a boy.
It was a boy, okay.
And it was one of the boys that we like. He even considers himself. Yes, you all know me because I'm one of the bad boys at the school.
Oh, okay. I'll ask you later. No,
but he got choked up. And that made me joke.
Well, because he started thinking about them. I'm sure when he was writing all this, he was probably crying too, because they go all the way back from the moment from pre-K to 8th grade, and then they talk about in 1st grade. This is when so and so came to the school, and then
they tell the story.
It's like, and then because it's one class per grade, you get to mention everybody, like, and then on this grade, this is when so and so came to school, because we were new too.
Oh, you were, yeah. Your youngest started
1st grade, but my oldest started in 5th grade. Yeah.
How was that adjustment?
You know what? It was not that bad because it's a small school.
It is.
So that really helped. You know what I mean? Yeah. So and the kids were great in her grade. You know what I mean? They're all super nice. Everybody is. That's why we picked that school. I mean, I really had to pray on that. So every major decision, as you all know, I think I've mentioned this before, I always pray on it. I mean, I visited two or three schools, and that's what God told me is like, that's the one.
And it's, yes.
Yeah. And then and my kids still talk about it to this day. They miss that school sometimes. They do. It's like, oh, it's like especially when you're going through stuff in high school, and you're like, oh, I wish it was the like CTK days. Yeah, that's the name of the school. Well, that's the initials, but yeah.
So my daughter is now going to start high school, and
which
this
is fine.
The first summer where we're not really doing
you mentioned
traveling.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out activities to keep her busy during the summer.
Girl, give yourself a break. You just got over graduation, right? And then that's a whole ordeal, the month of May. Today is the first day when they're not in, well, no, for you've graduated a week ago, right? Was it a week ago?
Yes.
Okay, for the rest of us, it's like we just ended school like yesterday. Yesterday was the last day. So I told myself, okay, I'm not going to think about anything.
Give yourself a break.
I'm going to give myself a break. It's like, I don't want to think, because, we were dealing with moving my daughter out of her dorm and then moving our stuff out of our other house because we're going to make that into a long-term rental.
Crazy May.
It's crazy May. It's always, I told you this. May is crazy.
You told me in April that May.
I told you in February. I said, get ready for May.
Oh my gosh.
I said, you only have one, but it's get ready for May.
Oh my goodness.
But you survived it, right? So going back to graduation. So I have something to share.
Okay,
that
please.
Really bothered me. And I think I told you earlier, I said, I don't know if I want to share this, but I think I do. Not going to name names, obviously. But so my girls have a friend that graduated.
Are we talking high school?
High school.
Okay.
And they've been friends with this person since grammar school. Okay. They all went to CTA.
Okay.
I believe this friend is the grade behind my oldest and above my middle. So it's in between my two girls' age. Well, not age, but the grade. Yeah. And this person is really close to both of them.
Okay.
This person has come to our house. Like, as I mentioned, our house is Grand
A
Central.
revolving door. Like,
through all their friends. I
Yeah.
mean, they're in and out of here.
Which
Yeah.
is, it's because it's a safe space.
Well, yeah, they come here. I mean, they just come here without even knocking. They just come. They come and eat our food, whatever. Yeah, I mean, it's like it is what it is. But then when it can't, but when it came to graduation, only one of my girls got invited. Wouldn't that kind of piss you off as a parent?
Yes, and be like, well,
Why? Yeah. Why?
Do you know the why?
I do, but then it's like I felt like it was a bunch of different excuses that it's like.
It just, either way, it does.
No, either way, it's like
it's almost disrespectful.
That's what that's like. Thank you. That's how I felt. It was very disrespectful.
It's like your door is always open.
My door is always open. It's always been here, and and if it's the girl's parents' decision not to invite, I don't know, because my daughter didn't do anything. But my whole thing is it's still disrespect because they've always.
How did your daughter that wasn't invited?
She did it. I'm sure she was hurt because she's my sensitive one. My middle child is a sensitive one, but she's not. She's not the type to like complain. Mm-hmm. But I'm the type that would be like,
oh my gosh, we're the mothers.
No, because I'm all about principle. I teach my kids principle. I teach them,
just respect, and kindness, and consideration.
Consideration, but I just felt that was very ignorant. It was and disrespectful. You don't. And okay, the first reasoning was because she said, oh, because my daughter misbehaved at some function with her family before or whatever, and she doesn't want that. I'm like, you could easily talk to her and say, can you not do that again, right? Or
talk to you,
or something, right?
I mean,
your door but I think that was just an excuse. But then, and then,
so was the parents' decision?
Hold on. Okay. And then, no, as far as I know, I think she said it was. I think it was the girl that. Okay. And then when she found out that I was bothered by that, she said. Then she said, "Oh, she can come, but she can't. She doesn't want her invite my daughter. She doesn't want my daughter inviting all her friends." I'm like, well, why would if my daughter? It's like, again, that's a communication thing. You could, if you want somebody to be there, you could easily say, okay, I want you to be there, but can you please don't do this, or can you don't invite your friends, because I only have a certain amount of tickets.
This is an invitation just for you.
Yeah, it's like that, right? Yeah. But then at the end of the day, I heard that, oh, I guess she talked to my daughter. Fine, she did talk to my daughter, and the decision was, I can't afford to buy your ticket. I only can afford to buy a certain amount of tickets.
That's crazy, because you know that you would pay for
exactly. Exactly, because how many times have I paid for this girl for so many times?
You've let them sleep over.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's what I'm like now. Now that third excuse, now that really like made me more like, come on.
Yeah.
So I just totally feel that was a total disrespect to my daughter.
Did the party already happen?
It wasn't a party. It's for the graduation.
Okay.
It's like my oldest was invited.
And did she go?
And then they probably went somewhere afterwards, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, my oldest went. But my whole thing is, it's just as a parent, I think that was hurtful.
Very hurtful. Very, very.
You don't do that. I'm sorry, parents. Am I wrong on this? I'm like, you don't. If that girl is
involved in your life,
everything,
like involved, I can understand like if there was like a disconnect.
Oh,
with the fact that like you're like welcoming this person.
Well, she's friends with both of my kids, and they're and so when I told my husband, who's the person who's never ever get bothered about anything.
Yeah, because he's like,
okay. He's like, whatever, right? With stuff, how men are sometimes. Like, we're dramatic and they're not. But when I told him about it, he's like, well, that's effed up. He goes, it's like, you can't have one and then I mean, it doesn't work like that. Yeah. Especially with our girls. And like when all their friends are commingled, like I get it, there's some boundaries there with certain things, but with this one, that was, I just didn't think that was right at all. So it really still bothers me.
Well, it should. I mean, like, and that's the thing. Okay, so this is it. Like, are you still holding on to it? And is your daughter that wasn't invited? My middle one, did she let it go?
I don't know. She doesn't. She didn't really talk about it. She doesn't really want to talk about it. But it is just fresh. It just happened yesterday. So the graduation was just yesterday. So it's still fresh in my mind. But I did text the girl though, and because I'm like, we're close enough that I can do that because I have her number.
Yeah.
Because she's she's been coming to our house and staying with us with her if her parents are out of town. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's like another daughter to you.
Somewhat, yeah, because she's like my daughter's best friend. Yeah. You know what I mean? But so I did text, but I did text, and then and then I, how I felt, and how I said that just to make her see that that's something that you don't do. You know what I mean? And as a principal wise, she didn't. She did not, because I don't know if she's scared by me. Some people are scared of me.
Scared by you.
I mean, a lot of kids are. I have to say, my daughter's friends sometimes.
I think they feel your energy. Because I know, like, when my daughter had a disconnect between some of the girls that I thought we were really, really close with, I know they sense, like, you can no longer call me Mama Shaun.
No.
I'm not your mama anymore. Like, and don't be nice to me and not nice to my kid.
Yeah.
Like,
right. Just I mean, she's a young adult now. I think she's 18.
Okay.
And
so it's a lesson she needs.
Or she's going to be 18 or something. It's a lesson
she needs to be aware of.
And I pretty much put my last words in that text was, remember, I said, I said, I don't tolerate disrespect and ignorance. Remember that next time when you come to my house.
Ooh, I want to know what happens next time she comes to the house.
She's probably gonna ignore it like she does. She does, some girls don't want to face the music. You know, but as a parent, I feel like, you know what, that was rude. And if you haven't been taught about principles, then I'm teaching you.
Exactly.
So
yeah,
because
because I read through my daughter's yearbook, but I asked her, I go, can I read did you have anyone sign your yearbook, what they write in it? And
what was that?
It was a bird.
Oh, I'm sorry. By the way, we're outside. As you can tell, we changed our scenery today, and I'm just talking. It's like, so there's something my peripheral vision. I'm like, what was? And I didn't mean to cut you off, Shaun. No. I feel like, hey, it's summer, officially summer break, so we're outside. Okay, go ahead.
But with her permission, I read what some people wrote, and I was just kind of biting my tongue because
sometimes we do need to do that.
Oh my gosh, because they were like, oh, and I'm not going to mention names, but I miss all the good times we had, all the trips we took together, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I'm glad you remember that, but do you remember how mean you were too, in the end?
Yeah.
So anyways, I don't want to get into that.
Too personal.
But graduation. So there's probably,
how many parties are you going to go to?
There's just one.
Okay, well, actually, one big one.
There might be another one, and I don't think my daughter was invited.
See again, this whole invite thing. It's a big deal. But this is the thing. It's like, if you're going to have something, invite the whole class. It's only one class per grade.
And well, that's what I was getting at. I was like, her graduating class, I think there's 25 students, which is one of the biggest classes.
Exactly. Mine was only 20.
Yeah.
Or under that.
Exactly.
Well, my son.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that, because people people
and they've
leave.
been with each other since pre-K, kindergarten. Some came in later, and so I think there's maybe a party or two that she's probably not invited to.
Okay, so
she's okay.
Okay, if your parents are listening to this, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. That's not right. And teach your kids the right way. If you have a party like that, it's a graduate, and you have all of kids, you invite everybody.
Exactly, and let them decide.
If they don't want to come. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's okay. I mean, I don't know.
I'm sorry to hear that. Well,
There's therapy for that.
You know, this is therapy right now.
You are my therapy.
Podcasting is really our therapy. Yeah, no. Well,
and the thing is, it doesn't get easier.
No.
And we talked about this, like when they're babies, it's like we thought it was hard, and as they get older,
we thought that was hard. With not having sleep. Oh, please, I'll take that.
I will take that any day.
Any day. Yeah.
Over.
I don't sleep now either.
Well, it's a different kind of not sleeping. It's a different sleeping.
Yeah, you're worried
about different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your brain hurts from worrying.
Oh my gosh, my brain totally hurts. My brain has a headache. My headache has a headache.
Yeah. The whole aging thing. It's like you're doing all this stuff to like not age, and then the kids just age you naturally.
I know. I looked in the mirror this morning. I'm like, oh my god, I feel so old now.
But speaking of aging, and then we're probably going to close on this last note. I went to the eye doctor this past week. Last Friday, when I was at my son's sports banquet, I started in my peripheral vision. I started seeing like light flashing. It's like where's that happening from? And then like as like the next days when I noticed like this black squiggly lines like appearing, and like, whoa, what's going on? And so it's starting to freak me out. So I went to the eye doctor. He said, oh, it's part of just getting old.
Oh my gosh, that's like nothing. I went to the eye doctor.
I hate it. It bothers the crap.
And the person that checked my eyes, he was younger, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was making a comment about like, oh my gosh, my eyesight has never been so bad, and he had the nerve to go, well, you've never been this old.
Well,
but
maybe he should have said it.
Yeah, the way he said it
maybe
was
he should
very insensitive.
Yeah, you've never been this old.
Okay, I'm sorry if you're 28, 38, whatever age you are, checking my eyes. But
maybe he should have said it in a different. He's just like, yeah, it's just part of aging.
Yeah, no, he just flat out go, well, you're old.
Yeah, no, but I said, when is it going to go away? He goes, in time, and it could take months or a year. I said, like, your eyes will adjust to it. I'm like, it's just like it's this black squiggly thing. You know what I mean? It's like,
can you get glasses or
no? It has nothing to do with that, Shaun. It's like a spider web that's moving, like it's right moving.
Like when you saw the bird go by, and you're like, what's that?
No, it's different. It's just in my left eye. It's like moving around.
Wow. Okay.
Nuts.
I've never had that experience.
Yeah. I guess it's normal when you're getting older.
There's a lot of things that are normal that I'm learning about.
I'm like, oh, this is part of getting older? Yeah. I guess, oh my gosh. Anyway, we're going to close on that note, okay? See, I was stressed out.
We just aged.
Oh, maybe next time you see me, we will look younger. I don't know. We need to figure this out. Okay, well, you guys have a great Memorial Day weekend.
And happy graduation to all you graduates. Congratulations. And to all you parents, God bless you.
Yes, God bless you. You survived.
Yes.
Take care.
Bye.